Yo, what's going on, and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. And today we are going to be trying to summon for Childe, and I think at least for today we're only going to use what we've saved up. Now the reason that I want to summon for him is because I don't have any of these characters on the banner, so I think that just summoning on the banner is going to be good for me because I'm almost guaranteed to get some new characters and stuff. But other than that, I think I've been trying to mull it over, and I think I'm going to try and get every new character that comes out. As of now, I haven't really spent any money on the game. I think I've spent $15 total, but I might spend a little bit to actually get all of the characters, but we'll see how we actually go about it, because you can see I have quite a bit saved up already, and we're actually going to exit out of here and purchase the extra few intertwined fates that I have. Right here we get 5 more summons, and then we'll buy those at some point, but we don't need them right now to try and get Childe, or Tartaglia as the banner says. But yeah, so we don't have enough for a pity, but we're gonna be hoping to get Childe if at all possible. If not, maybe we can get a different 5-star, or if we don't get a 5-star today, then we might have to come back at a later date and see if we can actually make it happen. But any of these characters would be sweet. Now there's been some recent updates with how, or people realizing how the summon system works. So originally it was probably always smarter to do single summons, just because in case you got the 5-star, you save those few extra summons on your way to, like, if you were doing 10 pulls, it wouldn't start counting to your next pity till after the 10 pull ended. So technically doing single summons could save you a few summons. But with some recent developments as to understanding how the summon system works, it turns out that your first 20 pulls have a higher rate of getting the 5-star, and then pull number 75 and on also has a dramatically increased rate of getting a 5-star, to the point where actually hitting pity is very unlikely, which is odd. Like, the rate of hitting pity is way lower than getting your 5-star around your 80th summon. So in theory here we could pull a 5-star, but we're going to do single summons, and it might take us a little bit just because it's the most efficient way for me to actually save my resources. And I think since I'm going to be more of a resource intensive guy and not trying to spend as little money as possible, I think that's what I'm going to focus on with my summoning strategy. So let's see if we can get Childe, and today is just going to be the stuff that we've saved up. So let's start with that. Now, when we get simple stuff, we might want to be skipping. I don't summon that often. Oh, they changed it so now it automatically skips. You don't have to hit like a confirm button. I know that that was kind of annoying to have to hit a confirm button for the skip, because if you didn't hit the confirm button fast enough, then you had to watch the whole animation, which was kind of awkward. So far we got nothing. We should probably be counting. I'll take a better look at what we're at. So we've done 4 already, and then we'll try and keep track from there. I'll mostly just do it in my head, I think. So if we could get, so like I said, all the characters on the banner are actually new for me. I have these 2 on my second account, and I use a Beidou, but I don't use Ning Wong at all. So it'd be cool to get both of them. Oh, okay, we already got a purple. And it's Beidou already. Nice, that's what we like to see. So we already got a character. We're only 7 summons in. Now again, like I was saying, in these first 20 summons, you have a decently high rate, not that high, but you have a better rate than the kind of like 50 summons in between 20 to 75. You have a better rate in your first 20 of getting it. Okay, so our first 9 summons gave us Beto. Are we now guaranteed? Are we now guaranteed 4-star? No, so we got our guaranteed 4-star kind of like in the middle there. Okay, so now I'm gonna make like a little mark somewhere of what we're actually at. We got 8, 7, 19. So now we can calculate whenever we want what we're actually at. For summons, we're currently at 10. So every 1600 is going to be another 10. Also, I wonder, I didn't actually look at this banner quite yet, if the new weapons are in here at all. So it looks like it's just characters for 5 stars. So probably none of the new weapons are in this banner.
You seem tired. Would you like some tea? I'll brew you some. Do you take sugar? 1 cube or 2?
Why is Noelle talking? So yeah, we probably can't get any of the new weapons, which is fine. Really, if you want characters, you gotta go for the banners, because the banners essentially guarantee you characters, while the standard one is kind of like a toss-up between weapons and characters, and then this one's always going to be weapons. You can get a few 4-star characters, but definitely not the place to go if you want characters. Let's say that. Alright, we should probably pick up the pace a little bit. I know that I want to do single wishes because it's the most efficient, but we can definitely be skipping all these normie pulls here. So once we pass 20, we could in theory start doing 10 pulls. Okay, we got Ninglong as well, so we got 2 of the characters, 2 of the 3 4-star characters already, which is nice. And we're probably going to end up getting some constellations, but let's see if we can get Diona as soon as possible as well. And that was not 10 pulls into this one, but it might have been 10 pulls after our first 4-star. So this should put us at 10 pulls. So now we've done 20. So now is when you could start doing just 10 drops over and over until you get to like 75, but we don't have enough to get to 75 anyways. Why don't I mark on here that we've done another 10? That way we can keep track a little bit easier. We'll probably do increments of 10, even though we don't have to, just so we can keep track of it for a future summoning session a little bit better as well. I do wonder, because it seems like our 10th pull is like the one that guarantees the 4-star is every 8 pulls. So I wonder if somehow, even though we did 10 pulls for Klee, I wonder if somehow it got locked to that 8th summon every single time. We'll see if that remains true. Okay, well this one broke the mold already, so there's another Beto. Not Diona, but we're hoping that we'll see that as well.
Whenever you need.
Noelle just talking to herself in the background. I do find it weird that I don't know how many people have seen the video about the rates, but I find it weird how the rates work, that they're not really consistent throughout, which is just an odd way to do it. And I'm pretty sure that that was all true. So we did another 1600 Primo Gems, another 10 pulls there. So we're at 30 now. But I do find it weird that like in your first 20, those pulls have an increased rate, and then the next like 55 have a lower rate. But I think like all in all, it ends up being a higher rate than they actually advertise, which is odd. I don't really know what to make of that. I don't know. Maybe they like advertise the lowest rate that it gets to in those summons, because you wouldn't ever want to advertise above what it actually is, because that would be bad. But if they advertise like the lowest rate for a single summon in there, it's just like they should just be more transparent, I guess. So here's our 4-star again, but it seems to have pushed itself even further forward again. We get another Beto, huh? Can we please get Diona at least today? Yeah, we're not really getting multiple 4-stars per 10 pull or per 10 summons. I know last time when we went for Klee, we actually had a pretty good rate of getting characters, which was good for me because I didn't really have any characters up until then. So I really needed all the extra characters that it was giving me. We did more than... Actually, no, that's exactly. We did it exactly. So we're now at 40. Looks like we got enough for 20 more, which will get us to 50. And then I guess we'll save the rest of the Primo Gems for a later summon session where I'll either have to... I mean, I don't see being able to save up enough to actually get the 5-star. So we might have to dip into the wallet, but I did get some present money, which I could probably allocate to this game and not feel too bad about it. Because present money, it's like different from normal money, right? Like normal money you use to pay your bills, get groceries, all that jazz. But like present money is like special, right? Because you're supposed to like use it to have a good time or something like that, or buy yourself something nice that you probably wouldn't buy normally. So present money's special, and I think that we wouldn't feel too bad about using some present money for a video game that people may or may not think that you should spend money on. Honestly, I don't have a big problem with it as long as people aren't going overboard and spending more than they can actually afford. And there's Diana. Okay, so we got all 3 of the 4-star characters, so I'm already happy with this. Whether or not we get Childe today is going to be up in the air. But we have all the other characters, so I've added a few characters to my box that I can now use at a later date. How are we doing? When are we getting to 40? We're getting there. One more summon and we're at 40 pulls. It's definitely a lot more tedious to do the single pulls, but when you think about like how much you could save if you get the 5-star on like pull 1 out of 10 instead of doing a 10 pull, then you save 9 summons, right? That's crazy if you're on like a budget or anything like that. So I would definitely recommend anyone who's saving or not spending at all, try and maybe do single pulls. Or your other option is to take advantage of those released rates where the first 20 pulls have a higher chance. So maybe do single pulls for the first 20 and then do 10 pulls up until you get to 70. And then you want to do single pulls again. Because once you get to 75, your rate like dramatically shoots up. Like it's not a small margin. We're getting to the end here. I think we got one more 4-star in us. It's not that one. Let's calculate what we're actually getting down to. Okay, so we're going to 719 left over. Here, this might be our last 4-star. What? How is it you? That's quite unexpected. I always get him, like... I didn't really get him on the last banner, but for some reason on like other stuff, other banners that don't have him on there, he's always the random guy that I get. Him and Fischl. I don't know what it is about him. I am interested in building him. If I had the ability to build more characters. I do have that black sword from the battle pass last month. Okay, we got 2 summons left. Can we get Childe on the last 2 summons? It's not looking good. Got 1 summon left. Here we go. It's not a 5-star. Well, so we've done 50 summons towards Childe today, which is pretty good. I am thinking about doing these bonus summons, but I don't have enough to get me 10. Now 10 doesn't really matter, but I'd like to keep it into increments of 10 even if we're doing single pulls. So I think maybe we'll save that for the next summon session. I think I'm gonna have to call it there. Unfortunately, we don't get Childe today, but we will make an effort to get him before he goes away. We might even do it in the next few days. I might fill up my account a little bit, but I gotta do some considering and see if that's actually what I want to do. We are happy with the other things that we got. Obviously, we got all 3 other characters, which are all new to this account at least. Hello? So Jingcho, he got another constellation. What does this one even do? Oh, it just increases his skill. That's cool. I mean, I'm sure he'll make use of that if I use him. I do want to use him. We only got 1 Ningguang, but at least we got 1 Ningguang, so we're happy with that. Ningguang seems like a cool character that I want to try and use at some point as well, especially since her set, like the set that's best for her and the set that's best for Noelle are kind of in the same place. So if you're building them both, it's actually quite good value for you. And then we got the new character Diona. I don't really know what all of, or like how good her healing is. It looks like she's a bow character, which could be good or bad because I'm using a few bow characters right now. What does her Icy Paws actually do? So it gives her a shield based on how many people it hits, and it's percent max HP plus a number. And then how does her ultimate heal? It does percent max HP regen over time. So it does seem like building max HP might be good on her. I'm glad I haven't gotten rid of any of my max HP stuff quite yet. So we'll definitely see about building her as well. What does their other stuff do? Character shielded have 10% movement speed and stamina cost reduced. And then who enter the AoE of signature mix have 10% decreased. Oh, it's enemies. I was like, why would you want your teammates to have decreased attack? So Diona's cool. And then Beto I've used a little bit. She's kind of like my secondary DPS on my secondary account. Did we only get 1? No, we got 2. I was like, what? It doesn't show all of them until you've unlocked it. So yeah, we got some constellations here as well. But I guess that's gonna do it for today. We got 3 Betos, 1 Diona, 1 Ningguang, and 1 Jingzhou. Just a random Jingzhou. He's just slowly building up constellations over my random summon sessions for whatever reason. Except the summon session where he was at the rate up, we only got we got either 1 or 2 of him, which no, I think we only got 1. I can't remember now. Dang. But I feel like I've gotten him from other banners that weren't his rate up as well, multiple times. So he's just kind of that random character that we get everywhere except for rate up. But it's whatever. Today we don't get Childe, but hopefully we can get him in the future, and I'll keep you guys posted on what other stuff we're doing as well. Hopefully some of that knowledge about the summon system is useful, especially for people who are looking to save as much as possible or stay free to play and use your resources as efficiently as possible, because the summon system doesn't seem to work exactly as you would expect, but maybe it's changed or maybe that's how it's designed. Either way, that's gotta do it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.